I don't know.
I can't call you Cheryl.
Yeah. Don't call me Tanith.
Is that hero shot somewhere down into this area?
She was Canadian, but she's a figure skater. NBC still puts her on curling. Tanith White. Used to be Tanith Bell, but she was a Canadian figure skater. And she got dual citizenship, so she could skate for the U.S. And ended up marrying her partner.
Put it out there.
That's arguably the best you do if you try to get shot block. If you chip it to 5. Very good shot.
Special shout out to one of our favorite curling club sponsors. I don't think any of the three of us would have made the same call. John said, that's what I was saying. So I wasn't trying to roll out. Hey, dude, Tony. Eric, how are you? Good. So you won that, huh?
We won that.
Congratulations. I couldn't quite figure out. I watched some of it, right? I couldn't figure out how everything was going out.
Well, Link Davis made out games.
So I watched some of the round robin. You got two to go, right? So, I don't think anybody wanted to know the percentage. Ended up 3 teams in tier 1 and 1 and 0 in 3. So they're all tied because they advanced the last overall. Nottingham had 11, so they were first seed. Charleston was 10, second seed. Vince threw a 1 overall. Three stones didn't make the house. The last stone, the second one, Vince threw just by So he would have had to beat both Charleston and Nottingham to get in, but he didn't. He beat Charleston and he beat he put Harley and Kyle. Actually, it's a weird job. Now he did throw one just before his last game, the exact same start. Kyle's tendency to throw a little more weight. This makes it hit stick. A little less. Oh, alright. So there is a possibility of hitting over now. But he threw quiet wave on the first shot. Should have tipped and the competition was the exact same stuff. So you got roll out is very positive. It's not like if you calculate the risks in your head, it's played
Well, we got that's the Oceanic line. Well, like more space reviews being well, like in your sitting by or 5%.
How you doing, Tony? You ready to roll? One more go round? That's fair. You did in that game. You might have the import. We're on 3?
Yeah. All right. So one more shout out you need to do.
Okay.
Jason Chandler are Brad's kids. Last name Wilson.
Oh, that's 2 kids?
Yep.
Jason and Chandler.
Chandler. Twins.
Jason and Chandler Wilson? How old are they?
4.
Both 4? Okay. And Janet is Preston's mother? Okay.
That's something for me to trip over there.
Yeah, I gotta make a quick stop and then.
Just been exceptional. It's really makes it tough for many of the opponents to score. We saw it against Canada on Friday night. So how do you generate your juice? with our seat, you have to start tapping some stones in the middle of the ring, a little bit of a pocket.
Realistic is not used.
So, we would be able to stay right over on the boards.
You're gonna try to find it, hit that corner one first, bring it into the pocket here. Just stay in that corner, so we got, if they're gonna try to run it here.
Good evening, curling fans. A special welcome to our international audience. Hola, bonjour, and how are you all doing? And a shout out to a couple of members of Team Fisher. Janet Short, whose son Preston will be playing third for Team Fisher, and Jason and Chandler Wilson, whose father Brad will be the lead for Team Fisher. Just getting underway. Team Carlson will have the hammer. They will be playing red. Brad Wilson's first rock is a corner guard on the left side. Tony King leading for Carlson. Just ticks the corner guard and rolls in. Rolls to the back 12. Brad now lining up his second shot for Craig. One with the intern this time. Looks like he's trying to tap the guard. Well, I'm not sure if he was trying to tap the guard and came up light or if he was just setting up a larger guard because he has placed it right next to the other guard. Team Carlson, Tony, a little bit of a slip coming out. Looks like he's thrown that narrow. Intending to come behind the two yellow guards. Looks like he might be a bit light and a bit narrow. And it's going to stay in play as a long center guard.
Exceptional team at forcing us to move.
That's what you recommend, get that side one early and roll it a lot.
Yeah, like that.
Andy Book now throwing the first of Craig's second rocks. Trying to come around the center guard that Tony King just threw. Looks like the line is good. Let's see how the weight is. Andy's going to sweep it in. And that's almost completely buried. Appears to be in the top four.
480 was in the left bridge and 19. Just outstanding and wasn't surprising a lot.
That's the truth. I think too, when you see a 480, you're saying, how can you go from 4 to 11? Well, some of those games, look at the teams here, the games can go either way. You know, 480 can be 4.
Dave Carlson. Skip of Team Carlson, but throwing second rocks tonight.
One way or the other.
Plays the angle raise and knocks out one of the yellow guards and replaces it. We are through the free guard zone, so he could do that.
It is, that's, you see it in a lot This is Korea.
Andy now looking at his second. Coming with the intern. Looks like it needs to curl. Makes the big curl at the end and guards nicely on the shot rock. So Carlson is not going to get to that shot rock unless he moves something. Coming with some weight. And takes out the guard that Andy just threw. Middle is open again. And Preston will now be throwing his first rock. Preston going with the intern. Look at the weight. It looks like it's probably another center guard. Craig trying to protect his shot rock. Waiting for the late curl.
Generation of comedians and the next for 40 years at the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
And that's good. A little higher than the last one, but still protecting the center rock.
It's a perfect blend of a soft bagel with a nice crunch. It's so satisfying.
We changed the recipe for plain and as we bake so it's more flavorful. The barbecue's on the ingredients.
Wow, this is something big, different, really fresh. I can taste more flavor.
It's time for fresh and cracked eggs on freshly baked bagels. It's time for tips.
At every OK Tire store across Canada, you'll find a local owner who lives in your community and might just be your neighbor. Proudly offering full auto service and on tire brands. Trusted KTM.
Tyler Hoyt now looking at the out-turn hit. He's going to run the red guard. Peels the red guard. I'm not sure if he was looking for the double, but he did peel the red, leaving a draw path to the stone on the button.
We build big, we build small. Nailing, framing, and installing have made us who we are. Start with quality materials, delivered right to your site, and get started. Because there are dreams to be built, big dreams. But whatever the dream, whatever the build, your Home Hardware Building Center dealer has everything to build anything. Here's how.
Nice freeze. Played by Preston. So Fisher sitting with 2 shots frozen on the button, maybe just in front. Tyler peels the guard. No, I'm sorry, he doesn't peel the guard. He sits on top of the two yellow stones. I was checking the monitor there and didn't exactly see what he did. We do have the second monitor up now, and it appears that Craig's shot stone sitting on the top edge of the button. Second shot biting the forefoot and just to the left. Carlson's stone nearly frozen to the second shot stone and dead on the center line. From this angle, I can't tell if both the yellows go if he hits the red. Craig and Preston strategizing on where they want this guard. Looks like they're going to call a fairly tight center guard. First of the skip rocks for Craig in the first end. Plenty of weight to clear the hog line. Looks like it needs to finish curling a little bit. Brad watching. It's coming in now. May over curl. A little bit of a lag on our monitor here. We'll see how it finished. Very nearly dead center. Just a sliver of the top red rock exposed. Kyle Richards throwing fourth rocks for Carlson tonight. Tyler Hoyt in the house. So it looks like he's going to play the out turn hit. Judging by that line, it's going to have plenty of weight. Oh, it over curled a little bit. Clears the guard. Shooter rolls far to the left wing, probably not in play. You may notice I called that shot early. The YouTube feed is running several seconds behind the live action, so I will try to synchronize my commentary with the YouTube feed. Craig Fisher getting ready to throw another guard. Cleaning the stone. Going to be an out-turned guard. That looks like it could be a little wide. Brad sweeping it hard as it approaches the hog line. Still got some curling to do. Still going hard. Almost to the center line. Looks like it leaves about half of the red rock exposed. Decision time for Team Carlson. Really try to make the hit here, figuring this is their best chance. Or look for something better on their next shot. And looking at the broom, it looks like they're going to go for the hit right here. Kyle with the shot. Not sweeping yet. Seem to be happy with the line. Now Dave on it, trying to get more curl. Going to catch a piece of the front one. And let's see what happens. Again, I'm ahead of the commentary, ahead of the monitor. Okay, Stone past the guard. Catches a corner of the top red. And bumps the second yellow back to the 12 foot, almost. And that was, I lost track, that was for Hammer. The Hammer? Carlson cuts it to 1. After one end, it's Team Fisher 1, Team Carlson nothing. The announcers on this broadcast are not employed by anyone and are not responsible for anything. Accordingly, the accounts of this game may be used without the express written consent of Major League Baseball. Brad Wilson lining up to throw his second shot, or first shot of the second end. On its way now. Now turn guard, Andy sweeping over the line. Trying to get it back to center. Comes a little bit more than halfway out to the hog line and about a foot off center. Tony King now with his first guard, presumably a guard. On its way, he's throwing the in-turn. Looks like he may be coming behind rather than guarding. Not sweeping it. They look happy with the line. Now Tyler sweeping to finish it up. Coming in behind, and that's a fine shot by Tony King. Right behind the guard, just outside the 4 foot. Brad's second coming in. Comes down and not sure if that is biting the 12 foot or not. Preston took a look at it. And Tony's going to try to come around that with a second. Ty sweeping it. See if he's going to get by. He bumps it. Rolls into the top 12. Yellow Rock now definitely a biter. Line was good there, just ran out of weight. So Carlson currently sitting 2. 1 behind cover. And 1 on the left 12 foot exposed. Craig deciding on some strategic options here. Can't peel the guard yet. Well, actually, he can. That's his own guard. But that's not what he's throwing. Looks like he's going... He's looking at the hit on the red. Might be a little narrow. Andy sweeping it hard, trying to hold the line, but that's going to be narrow. It's on the yellow. Clears the yellow out, just misses the shot rock and bumps the other red Carlson stone back to the back of the 4-foot. Carlson now sitting 2. Kyle calling what appears to be a guard to cover the rock in the back 4. And it's going to end up being almost frozen. A slight tap. Whoops, I'm getting ahead again. Just a slight tap. He might have been a little heavy on that. So Carlson now with the buried stone on the top edge of the top 4. Exposed. The left edge of the 4. Craig looking to play the hit here with Andy throwing. Brad sweeps it. Line looks good. Nose hit. Might have liked a little roll there, but did take out the red. So it looks like Fisher now sitting shot with the yellow, but out in the open. And judging by this broom, it looks like he's going for the hit. Sweeping it. Gets the hit just inside of nose. Manages to avoid jamming. Carlson now sitting 3. 4-foot still wide open. And Carlson's rock on the left 8-foot, also wide open. Craig apparently looking for the hit and roll. Brad sweeping it hard, trying to bring it in. Didn't quite get down to the inside of the nose. Takes out the Carlson rock, but sits at the edge of the 8-foot, counting 3rd. Kyle looking now to decide on whether it's a takeout or another guard. From the broom, it looks like he's playing the takeout. Well, from that release, it looks more like a draw. That may have been... Apparently he was calling the wide line for a draw. He's going to sit in the back 4-foot. but exposed. I think they wanted a little more curl on that one. Now Craig with an opportunity. See whether he plays the takeout or the double. Or the hit and roll. Gets none of the above. Just a lightweight nose tap. I think that was supposed to get to the inside and roll behind. Now throwing. Sorry, Tyler throwing. Well, looking intently at the line. Sweeping it. Like he might get a roll. Gets a small roll to the inside. Still exposed though. Carlson sitting 3. And we're down to skip rocks. Craig and Preston deciding on their line. Looks like Craig's going for the double here. Weight's down, and that overcurled. Craig is going to take out Carlson's top rock, but he's going to roll almost the 12-foot. Carlson now sitting 1 and 2 with the hammer. This could be dangerous. Over on sheet 1 in the 3rd place game, Team Harley has taken a 2-0 lead after 2 ends. They took 2 in the 1st, blanked the 2nd, currently in progress in the 3rd. They started a few minutes ahead of our championship game. Lining it up, it appears to be a soft weight out turn, or in turn, soft weight in turn. Dave on the sweep. Let's see if he gets it covered. Trying to get to the front of their shot rock. Got some curling to do yet. Dave gets all he can from it. There's a port to get to the shot rock. I don't know if there's a double. Preston looking at Craig to throw the hard in turn. This also has a jam possibility if he catches it too thin. Still picking his line. Looks like they're giving him about a rock, maybe a little more. Lining up. And lets it fly. Sweep by Andy. Past the first guard. Oh, he wrecks on the second guard. Leaves Carlson. Kyle Richards with an open draw for 3. Stone on its way. Looking for a soft out-turn draw. Dave watching it carefully. Not sweeping. Looks like it might be a little heavy. Needs to either slow down or hit something. And it's not going to stop. It's out the back of the house. Only 2 for Carlson there. So Craig dodges a bullet, only gives up 2. And after 2 ends in our championship game, it's Team Carlson 2, Team Fisher 1. And we have a new season getting ready to start next September at the Fort Wayne Curling Club. If you want to learn to try curling, we have public Learn to Curls, company outings, great for team building, and smaller friends and family Learn to Curls for smaller groups. We also have Wednesday night rookie leagues and regular leagues Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Check us out at fortwaynecurling.com. First shot of the third end is underway. Tony King looking for the guard, and I think he's placed it almost perfectly. Just slightly off center, but very tight to the house. Maybe a foot off the center line to the left. Now Craig's first shot with Brad Wilson. There's a release, it's on its way. Nobody sweeping it. Looks like it might be heavy. Luke watching it come in. Actually slowing down nicely now. Didn't quite have the line though. It sits in the top 8 foot on the right side. Shot rock for now, but wide open. And Tony King getting ready to throw his second. Calling for the in-turn. Tyler sweeping it hard. Looks good though. And a good shot by Tony. Takes out the yellow. Stays between the 8 and the 12. We'll see if Craig elects to take it, or if he's going to try to come behind cover. Brad's second shot. Lining up for the out turn. Andy watching it. So he's not going to get it by the guard. He's going to bump the guard, roll to center, taps the red guard into the top 12. Carlson sitting 2, but both of them out in the open. Both high in the house. We'll see what Dave elects to do here. Got the broom placed for an out turn. Dave looking, making a couple of adjustments. Tyler looking to sweep. On it pretty hard. See where he's going with it. Goes through the port. And a little bit heavy out the back. Not sure if that was supposed to be a chip on the yellow or a guard. Book lining up for an out turn. Judging by that broom, it's going to be a hit. I think he's trying to double the two reds. Probably needs to get about half a rock. Brad sweeping it hard. Gets only a tiny fraction of the red and just moves it aside about a foot. Shooter goes on through the house. Dave Carlson in the hack. Stands up. Confirms the call. Let's go with the out turn. Like a fairly soft weight. Maybe trying the draw behind the yellow and maybe the red guards. Going up to the house now. Line looks pretty good. Tyler not sweeping it. Coming in behind center. And right behind the yellow guard. To the back four. Probably a little deeper than he would have liked. And we'll see if Book with a choice of either coming down to that or blowing up some of the rocks in the front of the house. Craig deciding, and it looks like he's going to try to move that rock in the top 12. Or possibly the yellow center guard. He might take out his own guard here. Stone's on the way. Brad sweeping it hard. He does take out his own guard. Clears the shooter. And that leaves a free path to the button. So a good shot by Book there. Ty looking at an out turn. It's like pretty soft weight. Might be looking to guard the shot stone. Dave looking at the sweep, not sweeping yet. Now he's looking to get that last bit of line. Trying to get it right to center. Just a little left of center. There is a port to the path to the center, but it's not very big. Setting up for Preston's first. Looks like he's going to run the in turn and try to get to the shot rock. And if all goes well, possibly even roll it behind the guard. Luke looking at it. Sweeps it, it's through. Takes out Carlson's shot rock, doesn't quite get the roll he was looking for. Slight roll to the right. But it's enough off center now But a hard takeout may have trouble keeping the shooter. Calling for the in-turn. Dave sweeping it hard. Looks like it's going to be on the left guard. Kicks over, takes out the right guard and the shooter. Leaves the other red guard in the top 12. Not an entirely bad result, though, because it does leave the shot stone very exposed. Craig probably going to have Preston try to guard this. The other possibility would be to come behind the two red stones and give them a second rock in the house. See how they play it. Looking at the line, it looks like they're trying to play the come around. Looks a little light. I don't know if Book can get it there. Still going. It's going to be into the house. And it's good for second shot. Can't get it buried, but that does give them second shot. See if that influences Carlson's strategy. Tyler has the broom in position for the out turn. I'm not sure if he's hitting the yellow or drawing behind the three guards. We'll have to wait until we see the release. Might be playing the hit and trying to roll behind the guards. That's a precise shot. Great if it works. Here comes Tony on the sweep. Past the front ran guard. Takes a piece of the shot rock. And how far is it going to roll? Just into the 12-foot, and I believe that is shot. From this angle, it definitely appears to be shot rock. Probably not one they could go after. The way Preston's lining this up, there are a couple of possibilities. Might be a shot with a built-in plan B. Either drawing behind the three guards in the front or tapping back the yellow guard of those three. Let's see how they play it. Luke sweeping it hard. Oh, it looks light. Don't know if he's going to get enough. Trying to tap that yellow. Taps it about a foot, and actually that may not be too bad, because if they hit that yellow, I do believe that was enough for shot. Not the best angle on this monitor, but that does appear to be inside the red rock. Looks like a hit on the yellow would jam. Hit on the top yellow would jam on the second yellow, leaving red with one shot rock. if that's how they decide to play it. Tyler with the broom on the outside of the top yellow guard. Couple of options here. He could tap back a red for shot, or he could try to blow out both the yellows, which is going to be tough the way they're lined up. See the release. Yes, he's throwing big weight. Let's see if he can spill both those yellows. Going hard. Dave sweeping all the way. Spills out the bottom yellow. The top yellow rolls over into the top 12. And I think it's shot rock. From this angle, it appears that the yellow is shot. The red in the back left is second. Confirming that on the warm room monitor, yellow is shot at the moment. Craig setting up for his last shot of the end. So he's coming with a soft weight out turn, maybe trying to come in behind the reds. Duke sweeping hard. Line looks good if it's got the weight. Duke still going hard. Gets it by the guards and again, in for the hammer. That was the hammer. I lost track again. So he didn't need to bury it. He just needed to get it to the 8 foot. He did exactly that. Fisher takes 2. After 3 ends, it's Fisher 3, Carlson 2. Just a reminder from the Fort Wayne Curling Club, we still have our full selection of Fort Wayne Curling Club face masks. We have our surgical cloth model for $15 and our form-fitting deluxe for $25. Or if you want to buy the whole box and make a quilt, we'll hang it on the wall. Now back to action. After that nice draw by Craig and the big sweep by Andy Book. Craig took 2 and Brad Wilson with his first comes to the edge of the back 4 foot. Again, I'm overlooking the monitor. For those of you at home, I am not clairvoyant. The YouTube feed is just running a few seconds behind live action. I can see both. Tony King throwing his first. Throwing the in turn. They're not sweeping it. Looks like it might be a little heavy. Let's see if it stays in. They're probably looking for a corner guard or something high in the 12. And it's going to roll to the back 12. Craig calling for the out turn. Andy with a little, Preston with a little last minute sweeping on the slide path. Go. Preston not sweeping. Looks like it might be a little deeper than they wanted. It's going to come on into the house and roll just past the tee line and just to the right and in front of the shot rock. Yellow sitting 2 in the back 4 foot, but exposed. Tony now throwing his second. Again, Dave sweeps it now. Looks a little hot. He may be trying to sweep it away from the previous shot. And they bump their own out. Roll over, still in the back 12. Andy Book throwing his first rock now. Looks like he may be trying to set up a guard. Brad sweeping it. Not sweeping much yet. Now Brad's on it. Trying to get line in front of the 2 yellows. Going hard and looks like he's just outside the yellow. Trying to cut off the outside takeout line, I believe. Now Dave lining his up. Setting up for an in-turn. Let's see if he's going directly to the 2 shot stones or if he's going to peel the guard. He's going to peel the guard. Shooter also goes out. Craig probably looking at another guard. We'll see if they place this in the same spot. Andy's throw. Brad looking at it, not sweeping. Might be waiting for a little more curl. They seem happy with it. I believe that may be just biting the top 12 foot and directly in front of the shot rock. Good shot by Book there. Carlson now with his second, lining it up. Looking for the outturn this time. Maybe trying to run back one of the guards this time. Coming with some weight. Tony looking at it, not sweeping. And a good shot by Dave. Runs back the top guard, takes out the shot rock. And the target rock. Leaves Craig with 1 stone on the back of the 4 foot as shot. Dave with 1 in the back 4 foot. Preston looking at his shot now. Setting up the in-turn. Probably a center guard. Red coming hard. It's going to be a high center guard. We'll see if he can get line. Needs to get near center line with it. Leaves it about a foot to the left of center. Not sure if there's a port there. There may be a very small port. So we'll decide now whether he's going to try to negotiate the tight port, or he could run back the red guard. And looking at the broom he's chosen, I think he's going to try to run the red guard back into the shot rock. Lining it up. On its way. Tony sweeping hard now. Is he going to get the angle? No. Didn't quite get enough curl. Knocked the guard back between the shot rock and their own rock in the back of the house. Preston now looking at his second. Craig sitting shot but exposed on the back four. Dave with one in the back 12. Preston lining up for that broom. Looks like he may be playing the tap on the back red, trying to sit two. And you're looking at it. Not sweeping, they're happy with the line. Takes it out and stays. So Craig going with the divide and conquer rather than trying to guard his shot rock. That did take away the right side guard, or at least move it further away. And the angle is now there to come in from the outturned side. There could be a double there. At it now. Tony sweeping it. Now called off. Off the inside of the yellow. A little too thick to get out to the yellow, but sitting shot. Maybe partially buried, but that guard is high enough Craig may be able to get to it. Now headed down to the house, or to the hack with the decision made. Preston is set up on the outturned side. Looks like he might be trying to come around the guard and tap the shot stone out. See how it plays. Craig lets it go. Not sweeping. I think they're waiting for line. Now he's trying to carve it over, but I don't think it's got line. No, just gets a small piece. Leaves the red rock sitting shot. The shooter rolls over. It's a second. So Dave Carlson with the red rocks. Sitting one. Fisher with 2 and 3. Ty and Kyle looking for strategy for this next shot. No double on the yellows now. At least I don't think so. Ty setting up on the out-turn side. This could be either a soft weight hit on the yellow, or they could be drawing down. Have to wait and look at the release. Guessing they might be trying to come behind the yellow guard, even though it is pretty high. It's on its way. Tony sweeping it hard. Looks like they need more line. Trying to get covered. Tony gets it over to center. And that's about all he's going to be able to do with it. Didn't get it buried. Craig looking at the possibility of a red-red double. Going to be tough to do without losing, either losing the back yellow-red or jamming. On to Skip's last rock, so I will try to keep track of when the hammer is this time. Right now this is Craig's last rock. Dave will have his last rock as the hammer. Craig's heading up for, looks like a soft out turn. I'm sorry, a soft in turn. He might be trying to come around the yellow guard and possibly get buried. We'll see how it ends up. Luke looking at it, Luke sweeping it. Not sure he's lined up on anything. It's not going to hit anything, and it may be too deep. Rolls just outside the shot rock. I believe that's going to leave Carlson sitting 2 with an open draw for 3. Kyle heading back to the hack now. Actually, I think they're going to try to play a tap. Well, let's see. No, from that broom, I think he's just going to play the draw for 3. Doesn't look like there's a yellow tap that would get another one. Dave on the sweep. He's sweeping hard. It looks like it might be light. Gotta get a piece of the 8-foot. I don't think so. Looks like that's short, and it's going to be 2 for red. And after 4 ends, it's Carlson 4, Fisher 3. We haven't had a party since I can't remember when. We had to turn the music down. Now it's time to rock again! End of Summer Spiel 2021, Fort Wayne Curling Club, September 17th to 19th. Get your band back together and play on a radically cool 4-sheet stage. Indoor and outdoor broom stacking. Open Bonspiel, 32 teams, 3-game guarantee. Proof of COVID-19 vaccination required. $400 per team. Enter at FortWayneCurling.com. Entries open May 1st, 2021. Ready for action in the 5th end. Fisher will have the hammer this time. Here's Tony King's first guard on its way. Now we're sweeping it. Looks like it's going to be pretty close. It's a perhaps a little wide. He probably was looking for a center guard. It's going to be about 1.5 feet off center, but nice depth. And Craig is looking to come in behind. Brad Wilson on the throw. Brad says hi to his sons, Jason and Chandler, out there in our audience. Hopefully not past their bedtime yet. Justin watching this throw. Looks like it's a little heavy. See if it stops. Okay, it's in the back, just into the back 8. And almost buried, so a little deep, but not too bad. Tony throwing his second. Lightweight intern, we'll see what he's playing here. Tyler looking at it, not sweeping it. He's wanting a little more line. Gets a slight bump on the shot rock. Bumps the yellow rock to the back of the 8-foot and rolls just into the 12. Brad Wilson releasing his second. Looks like he's trying to come in behind the red guard. Justin sweeping it. Sweeping hard. Looks like he's going to need a little more weight. And gets it just into the 8-foot. Just the edge of the 8-foot. Not quite buried. Carlson looking at his first. Carlson with the hammer this time. No, I'm sorry, Carlson without the hammer this time. First rock for the seconds. Looking at an intern. Possibly looking to hit the yellow, maybe double them. Let's it go. It does have weight for hit. Looks at no sweeping. Takes out the top yellow and rolls away. Fisher sitting 1 at the moment. And Andy Booth throwing his first. Here's the lined up. Going with the intern. Pretty soft weight. Looks like he might be trying to set up a center guard next to the red guard to protect the shot rock. It's either a center guard or he was light on a come around. Can't really tell which from here. But it does act as a center guard. Don't know if there's enough curl there to get to the back rock now. Carlson lining it up, and it looks like they are trying to come behind. Even if they don't get all the way to the back yellow, could get it behind the guards. Try looking at it. Line getting better. See if he can get it buried. And he's got it about half buried in the top 4 foot. And if Fisher tries a hit on this, it could very well jam on his back yellow. Luke setting up for a second. Look at that weight. It looks like he may be trying to hit. See if he can slide by this guard. Line actually looking pretty good. Oh, that was an excellent shot. I didn't think he could get to the nose, but he did. Took out both reds. And looks like he's about halfway behind the top yellow guard. Big shot for Boot there. And Tyler Hoyt now considering their next option. Still deciding on the shot. Looked like he was calling for something down weight, judging by the broom, but now they're reconsidering. Oops. Still mulling over the possibilities. Could be a double on the yellows. Not sure how much of it he can get if that's what he tries. Or he could come with something down weight. Possibly try to get behind the guards. Letting it go. Looks like a downweight in turn. And we'll see how they play it. Turning the monitor view now. Dave looking at it. Not sweeping yet. Looks like he's going to get down to the yellow. Bumps it back. And into the back 8. I believe yellow is still shot rock. We'll check the other monitor. Yes, the yellow is still the shot rock. Preston setting up. Looks like he may be trying to chip out the red. See how this goes. Looking at it. Red sweeping hard. And it jams, but not completely. Red rolls out a little bit. Does take out the top yellow. Back yellow still sitting shot. And the shooter stayed in the left side 12. third. The red is in the back 8. Second shot. Also looking like you might want to draw down to the back yellow. Or possibly behind the guards. This might be a two-way shot. Looking for the freeze, got just a slight tap. Red now shot, sitting in the back of the 4. Yellow maybe a foot behind it and just angled a little bit. Preston lining up a shot here. Looks like it might be a takeout from the weight he's playing, from the broom he's playing. Preston looking to try to chip out the red. Make a pretty precise chip if he can make it. Oh, and he gets it. Nice shot by Preston. Shooter rolls out, but once again the yellow is shot rock. I think. Actually, it's moved a little bit. We'll have to take another look. Actually, very close for shot rock now. Too close to call, even from the overhead monitor. Kyle lining it up for the in-turn. Looks like a soft weight shot. Possibly drawing down to the yellow. Dave sweeping hard. See if he's got the weight. Still coming. He actually sets up a center guard. Craig's first shot now. He's got a decision to make here. He may be able to go for that right side red since Carlson's team accidentally covered up the shot rock. And looking at the broom Preston's giving, that looks like exactly what they're going to do. They haven't thrown many rocks out there. We'll see if he's got the weight. It's going to be a little slow out there. Craig lets it go. He's looking at it anxiously. Brad sweeping it hard. No, he's going to wreck on the red guard. Let's see what happens here. So it taps away the red guard that was covering the shot rock. Bumps the other red guard to where it's covering maybe half of the shot rock. That's assuming the yellow is shot rock. It's close. Looks like you could definitely get to the shot rock with a draw. The freeze here with just a slight bump would leave Carlson sitting 2 and would force Craig into a draw for 1. Kyle getting ready to throw what appears to be Freeze with a slight tap at the end. Dave's still looking. It doesn't look like it has line yet. Now he's trying to carve it over. See if he can get enough of it. Bumps back the yellow. He does sit 2. Sitting 2, but Craig does have a couple of possibilities here. He has a double here for a possible 3. Looks like the angle is there. But he just threw that shot considerably light. Looks like they're going to try it again, though. Came in and did not get the roll, but did take out the shot rock, or the red rock, and sat for shot. So he was able to get the 1. And after 5 ends, we're tied at 4. All you curlers out there, it's coming up. We haven't had a party since I can't remember when. We had to turn the music down. Now it's time to rock again! End of Summer Spiel 2021, Fort Wayne Curling Club, September 17th to 19th. Get your rock band back together and play on a radically cool 4-sheet stage. Indoor and outdoor broom stacking, open bond spiel, 32 teams, 3-game guarantee, proof of COVID-19 vaccination required, so go get poked in the arm. $400 per team. Enter at fortwaynecurling.com. Entries open May 1st. Be there or be square.
Yeah, John, jump start for protein on Sunday morning. He did this show. I play. That's also out the technical meeting.
First shot of our 6th end on its way from Tony. Tony King lead for Team Carlson. Dave looking at it, looks like it might be a little deep. Had that same shot go deep last time they played this direction. And this time it goes all the way out.
I think you're right, it has to do with work. But then we work before we come here on Monday, so. Yeah, man.
Brad Wilson with the throw. Looking like he might be trying to set up a...
Of course, one of our losses was someone who won the weekend, right? What?
He's lined up for a center guard.
Didn't we lose the team that won this weekend?
Yeah, Craig's D1.
Oh, Greg's D1?
Craig without the hammer sets up the center guard. And now Tony looking for a corner guard on the other side. And this time he gets it in. Well, Looks like it's going to be a better one this time. That side not quite as fast as the left.
You get out of here. You coming next season, are you?
And Tony puts the corner guard in good position. Andy Book with his first. Looking to draw around behind the guard. It looks like he's going to be a little tight and he's going to crash. And instead of a center guard, he now has a couple of corner guards.
Oh, maybe we played on Sunday morning, 11 o'clock. What was her name? Oh, Emily. Emily. I thought it was Amanda. Who was it? Emily. Emily. Yeah.
We've got the crowd from the
Vogel, man.
other game filing in.
I sent her off the game. I said, please. I think she told us ever had a rule too.
Dave Carlson coming in, trying to come in behind the guards. Let's see how this goes. And it looks like he's tight. No, he's going to crash on the yellow guard. And now he leaves the center guard. So nobody in the house yet. Neither team with the guards really where they wanted them. And Book looking to come around the red. So Craig does have a center guard there, although it's from the other team, and this throw looks tight as well. And he crashes. Does roll it in though. Yellow with the stone just biting the 8-foot, but completely exposed. We'll see if they go after it now or try to get in behind cover. Looks like they're going to try to draw behind the guards on the right. In the hack. Slides out. He's looking very tight with this one. In fact, they may be bumping back their own guard. It looks like that's what they're playing now. Does bump it back. Let's see if he can get it to the house. Well, I don't think that got in. Very close from here, but it looks like it's still out. .44 here in the sixth end. Team Carlson with the hammer. Now Preston Short drawing around. Shout out to Preston's mom, Janet, watching this game. And her son's draw goes a little bit deep. Hasn't quite stopped yet, but let's see if it sticks in the back of the house. And it does stick in the back 12. Yellow is sitting 2, but both of them are exposed. Looks like Kyle is going to try that same in-turn draw. So far nobody's gotten it right yet. Several wrecks on the guard and a couple have gone too deep. Still adjusting the broom. go. Dave on it right away. Sweeping hard, looks like it was light out of hand. Dave's still coming hard all the way. See if he's got line. Looks like he's got line. At least to get by the guards. Now see if he can bury it. Still coming, and almost completely buried. Nice sweep by Dave Carlson. Well, thanks to our ice and technical guy, Andrew Nottingham, just set me up with another overhead monitor view. Preston's second shot comes in. Takes the red shot rock out to the back 12. Apparently close for second as Kyle takes a look at them. Very close for those two, can't really tell. The yellow rock and the top 12 just biting the 8 currently shot. Really, all 3 rocks are exposed at the moment. Looking at Ty's second shot. Again playing the intern. Almost everything this end has been on the intern. From that weight, it looks like he's going to try to hit something. Possibly the yellow. He may be going for the double of the 2 yellows. Definitely going for the yellow on the top. See if he gets the angle. And he gets it, but he jams. So the yellow in back now definitely out counting the red at the far right of the 12. Yellow sitting 1 in the back 12, but exposed. So we'll see if I can guess the shot here. I'm guessing that Craig will try to put something full top 12. Actually, 2 possibilities here. He could either come full top 12 in front of the shot rock, or he could draw it behind the guards on the right, which nobody's been able to do yet this end. Could be a shot where they start out with one and end up with the other. Lets it go. Luke on it right away. Maybe light out of hand. Luke going hard. Might have the line, but I don't think he's got the weight. And he leaves it as a high center guard. Does have the shot rock almost buried, but that's a very high guard, and they should be able to get around it. Lining it up, and it's on its way from Kyle. Dave ready to sweep it. Looked a little heavy coming out of hand for a draw. Dave's not sweeping. See if it can come over and get a piece of that yellow. Don't think it will. And that's going through the house. That intern line has been very tough this end. Several attempts and nobody's been able to get it behind the massive guards on the right. That top yellow guard shouldn't be high enough to cause that much trouble. Preston debating, Craig and Preston debating now, where do they want this next shot? They've looked at least if the last signal was an indication, it looks like they're trying to put it somewhere around the button and maybe a little bit overburied behind the center guard. Let's see if he can get it there. Nobody's gotten one back to center on this line yet with enough weight to get to the house. This way, not sweeping. Could be a little heavy. Hoping that they don't bump their own out. No, it looks like it's going to stop before that. Rolling right down to coming right down to the shot rock. Angle freeze. Move the shot rock very little, if at all, so it's still second shot. Down to the hammer here. Kyle Richards lining it up. Getting ready to line it up. Get our monitor a few seconds behind. Looks like it's just a draw for one. Draw down to the two yellow stones in the back. There it goes, Dave looking at it. Still looks wide and heavy. Don't know if that's going to get over. Don't think so. That goes back through the house. And it's a steal of two. And after six ends, it's Team Fisher 6, Team Carlson 4. Reminder to you new curlers, the new Fort Wayne Curling Club season will start in September. We'll have public learn to curls. We'll have company outings, great for team building, and our smaller group friends and family learn to curls. We'll also have rookie leagues on Wednesday nights. And if you're ready to move up, we have regular leagues on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Check us out at fortwaynecurling.com. Starting the seventh end now. Fisher leading 6-4, Carlson with the hammer. Brad Wilson's first shot on its way. Looking for the center guard. Just clears the hog line, about a foot to the right of center. I think Brad wanted it a little deeper than that. Setting up for Tony to play the corner guard. Dave watching it. We'll see if it stops before the house. And it does. Perfect weight. Maybe a little wider than they wanted, but could be usable. Now with Brad's second throw. I'm guessing he's going to try to come in behind his center guard. Preston not sweeping. It looks like that one may be too heavy. And that's going to slide out the back. Tony King looking at his second. He lets it go. Another out turn. Maybe trying to get a corner guard up inside of the first one. Dave sweeping it. Or he might be coming around it, depending on if he can get by. Does not get by, but he splits the corner guards, and that may have been what they were looking for anyway. Andy Book with his first. Throwing the in turn. Again, probably trying to come in behind the center guard. He lets it go. Line looks good. Might have been a little heavy out of hand. And Brad is not sweeping it. I don't know if that's going to stop. And it hangs on in the back 12. So that's the first rock in the house. Let's see what Kyle calls for Dave here. They're looking at a couple of options here. Could be trying to come in behind the red guards. Or the yellow guard may make the draw path a little bit restricted. He may try to tap in one of the red guards and sit in front of him. Kyle giving him the target spot directly behind the inside red guard. They look at it again. So he's going to play it just inside the edge of the 4 foot. The out turn draw. And he lets it go. Sweeping it right away. It might have been a little narrow on line. If that's the case, we could have a plan B, tapping back the guard, and that looks like what they're going for now. Tony sweeping it. And tap the guard back into the 12 foot, but I don't believe that is out counting the yellow Fisher rock in the back 12.
No, I think that was for something, that was for somebody else. Yeah, that's the game of one.
Fisher now looking. I think he's going to hit some of those red rocks in front. Possibly trying for the double on the guard and the 12-foot rock right behind it. Lines it up. coming at it with some weight. Calling it. Not sure he's got line. Looks like it's a little outside. Takes out both guards. Rolls the shooter away. Doesn't take out the target rock, but does leave it exposed. Still the Fisher yellow rock in the back 12 is shot. Dave with some hand signals in the hack. Deciding what they want to try to do. They may, looking for a moment at splitting the house, but I think they're going back to the draw. Either behind the left guard or tapping the left guard back. Now he's going back to the left. Still discussing. Now Dave's waved him off again. He's going back to the left, now to the right. Okay, it looks like he's going to start it with the intern and try to come in behind the yellow guard, maybe just touching the 8-foot for shot. Let's see how this works out. It's a go. Tyler on it right away. He's off. Now he's sweeping it. Doesn't quite get it buried, does get it to the back of the button. Wanted a little more line on that. So Craig looking, he's probably got at least half of that rock. I think he's probably going to try and take it out. Preston looking for the takeout. Luke sweeping hard. It's got weight. It may need line. It's trying to fall off, but Brad sweeping hard. Hangs on to get enough of a takeout. Does lose the shooter. And so we're back right where we were before. Red Carlson rock on the 12-foot. Yellow Fisher rock, shot rock in the back 12. Rock for Tyler. So, yep. Wind up like he's going to try and come behind the yellow guard again. Needs to get it a little more buried than the last one. Switching sides now, Dave. Still doesn't have line, trying to get it buried. He's going to have to go a little behind the tee line to get line. And he's in the back 4. Looks like he's completely buried, but there's a lot of room between the guard and the shot rock. Craig would be very happy with the force here. Coming home one with the hammer. The risk here, taking out the red, is that he may take out his own yellow as well, and possibly jam the red. So Preston, I think he's going to try to bump the red rock out. Lighter weight, that may be a freeze rather than a hit. Brad sweeping hard for line and for weight. See if he gets it all the way there. And we'll have to look at the monitor. Not quite shot rock. Carlson shot rock in the back of the 4 foot. Still out counting by maybe 3 or 4 inches. Craig Fisher would be quite happy with a force here. Wouldn't mind the steal either, though. Carlson looking to come down on top of the yellow, possibly bump it away from the second shot position. I don't think he's got the weight for that, though. Looks like it's going to come down just into the top 8. Lined up directly with the shot rock and the second rock, but with a guard covering about the inside half. Certainly going to be tough to get to nose on that or to the inside. Could have a shot coming from the outside. But nobody's really thrown that line recently. So we are down to skip rocks. Craig Fisher with the yellow. Leading by 2 without the hammer. Discussing rock position with third, Preston Short. If that last signal was the indication, it looks like Craig is going to try to put one in the top 12, just left of center line. So he lines it up. Preston with the broom out in 12. Indicates it's going to be a pretty soft weight shot. Lets it go. Andy Luke will be on the sweep. Not sweeping immediately. Now Andy on the sweep. Coming hard. Coming hard. Gets to center. He's actually coming in behind. Okay, so he's coming on to just a slight bump on the top red rock. Creates a little bit of an angle. Some interesting possibilities there. 4 rocks lined up, slightly staggered, with a guard, a very high guard in front. This is one that the Carlson team may be discussing for a while. Before the game, I interviewed both skips about their keys to victory. Dave Carlson's key to victory was screwing with Craig Fisher's head. Craig's key was making Dave make hard shots, although at the time I don't think he realized that Kyle was actually going to be throwing 4th rocks tonight. And speaking of fourth rocks, Kyle getting ready to throw one. His first with a hammer. They'd really like to get two here. Dave sweeping hard. Sweeping hard. Trying to get by that second yellow for shot rock. Not quite enough. Does set up some more tap possibilities for their last shot. So Craig will be throwing his last shot probably in defensive mode. I don't see him trying to score here. I think he'd rather try to keep the force in order, keep the hammer coming home, and hopefully with a 1-point lead. Looks like Craig's at least looking at throwing down a guard. Looking at either putting a guard out just in front of the house on the left to make the run back on the center red tougher, or to put it a little farther right in front of the top yellow to mess up the angles on that run back. Carlson could have a run back on the second shot. But it would be an extremely tight angle. He would have to catch his top yellow on the right with enough weight and enough line to just clip the yellow past the red.
I love watching it. Although this year
And out of the 4-foot. That's a tough shot. They may try something else, but first Craig will be throwing. Probably throwing up some kind of guard. We'll see where he puts it. Sweeping it. Looks like they're going for the guard in front of the right side yellow. Okay. Not sure how much that guard helps them. I think it's on a line that Carlson was probably not going to play anyway. I think what he would like to do here, he's looking at possibly tipping the yellow, just angle raising his red rock in the top of the 8-foot, back to the yellow rock in the top of the 4, bumping it aside. You have to get it almost to the 12-foot for this. Judging by this broom, they're throwing something heavy. Kyle coming with some weight. Dave on the sweep. Looking at it. Here comes Goes hard. He's not sweeping it now. Going to try and chip it out. And he chips out his own red. Really doesn't change anything though. Red in the back four remains shot rock, and red takes one. So Craig gets the force. At the end of 7, it's Team Fisher 6, Team Carlson 5. Well played game, a lot of strategy. We'll see what happens here in the 8th. No more commercials now. We're going to go straight to the action in the 8th end. Tony King lining up a shot. Carlson is going to have to steal here. Steal 1 for a draw of the button. Steal 2 for the win. Tony looking for the center guard. Comes in with nice weight. It's a little off center, about a foot to the left. Wilson having his first go. He's going to try to come in behind that red guard. The red guard was intended as a center, but it looks like it's more of a corner. Or perhaps Dave was playing it as a corner since he's needing to steal. Anyway, Brad's first shot comes in. It's buried, but it's a little deep. Back to the edge of the 12. Tony coming in with a second. Dave sweeping it.
Yeah, get the 1 point or get 4.
Don't know if they're going to get it buried. It's going to come to the 12 and not quite buried.
It's the first mistake. I don't know why he doesn't play on the other hand. I don't know.
Brad Wilson getting the throw to throw his second. He may try to hit that red rock that came into the house. I think they wanted a guard there and it came on in. The way he's thrown there, definitely a hit. Going to take that out and not jam on his back yellow. Nicely done. Shooter rolls over into the top 12. Carlson with his first. Kyle giving the signal well out in front of the house, so it looks like it might be another guard. Judging by the way he released it, it looks like a guard. Probably a center guard. Watching it come in, and it's going to sit just about on the center line, just slightly to the left. Ignoring the shot rock in the back 8 for the moment, trying to set up the guards. Greg looking and looks like he's trying to blow up the guards. We are out of the free guard zone. He can do that. Let's see if he gets one or both. comes, a lot of weight, and he takes out the top guard. And rolls over, covering his guard in the back 8. Makes it a little tougher to get to, but as high as those guards are, there's still plenty of room. Carlson setting up.
That one out here fighting? Yeah. No, this is not, that's not big. There's 4 now.
We'll see what he's looking at.
I was just wondering if it's possible that they did, hit red and yellow through there. Or that happened.
Looks like he's trying to draw him behind the guards.
I guess the risk of the double is you jam. You play the double is the risk of you jam. Yeah, which one I think, which one is it hasn't happened yet. And then they got this, they double is on yellow. I mean, no matter.
Possibly throwing another guard.
Or they go right there.
See which way he goes with it. He's not sweeping, so it looks like they are trying to set up another guard. Now just a little sweep at the end. Leaves it on the center line. That's also a good candidate for a tap back. The tap back is a shot Dave likes to call.
It's got a lot of guards on it, though. That's a good position to steal. It's a good spot if they can get a call.
Andy Book looking at the back. I think they're looking at blowing up at least some of these guards. Figuring if their stone in the back isn't good enough even guarded. Concentrating more on not letting Carlson get anything set up. Looks like that's what they've decided. So Luke's going to come with some weight and we'll see what he gets. Just on the sweep. Great looking at it. Here it comes. He's going to the top yellow. Takes out the center red guard. All the way through the back and rolls the yellow about halfway over onto his yellow in the top 12. But it takes away a hit and roll in on the yellow in the top 12. Team discussing their possibilities here. In the center guard. The question might be how high do they want it? Right now he's pointing. Looks like he wants it about maybe 4 feet inside the hog line. So a high center guard is what he's looking for here. It's way. It's not quite on its way. Wrong monitor. Now. For the high center guard. Looks like it might be a little light. You're going to have to go hard to get it over. Tony sweeping hard. Tony going after it hard. It's going to be close. Go Tony. And he gets it over. Nice sweep. A little higher than they wanted, but probably still effective. Against the out turn on the back yellow. Still plenty of room for an in turn or out turn either way into the house. Shot. Yeah, they're looking like he's going to throw a big weight. This way now. And he's sweeping hard. Catches the corner of the red guard, takes it out. Bumps their own guard out to the wing and leaves their own guard, the shooter, just right of center. So Craig sitting 2, one in the top 12, one in the back 8, both exposed. And that change of top yellow guards just outside the house looks like it might leave an in-off on the top 12 if they decide to play that. The room he's giving, though, I think they're setting up for a draw behind. And the in turn. And he lets it go. Dave will be on the sweep, and he's on it right away. He either didn't like the weight or the line. Still going hard. Must have been line because they were tight on that red guard, but they got it by. Let's see if it stops. And looking at it, and it just bites the back of the 12. Don't think Dave wanted to sweep it that much, but he had to for line. It didn't clear that red guard by much. Probably a little inside on the throw. Craig sitting 2. Only needs 1 to win. And he has the hammer. So let's see what Craig is going to do. He's lining up to, looks like he's lining up to peel the top red guard. So Preston will be throwing, looking like he's going to take out the top. Now he takes out the top yellow guard. And actually just replaces it. So really no effect from that shot. That guard's about 1 rock width higher. They're on the exact same line. So Team Carlson, their first skip rock. Kyle Richards lining it up. Looks like they're going with the in turn. Possibly trying to draw behind. And if you remember the 6th end, nobody could get a rock behind cover on the right. Apparently a tricky line. Dave will be sweeping. Dave sweeping hard. I don't know if he's got the weight. Line is great, but I don't know if he's got weight. Trying to get it into the 8. Needs full 8. Stops in the 12. Again, that's a tricky line. They haven't been able to match the weight in the line. Probably 4 or 5 attempts in the 6th end. Plus that one. And nobody's been able to draw behind cover on that right side yet. Craig and Preston now trying to decide what to do here. The danger is that shot that Carlson just threw is an excellent tap-back candidate. Craig's probably going to have to do something about that rock. Whether he hits it or guards it further out. Right now, the rock in the back 8 has been shot ever since lead stopped. The rock Kyle just threw in the top 12 is second, just out counting Craig's yellow rock in the right side top 12. Carlson also with a biter in the back 12. Right now Carlson needs one to keep the game going to a sudden death draw to the button. With his last rock. Craig getting ready to throw his first rock. Craig does have hammer here, remember. Carlson is going to have to get one buried. Right now I don't see any good path for Carlson to get two. He's got to be looking for one to get into the sudden death. Craig lining it up. The room Preston's playing, this is definitely going to be down weight. Possibly a guard. We'll see where he wants it. Lets it go. Craig trying to throw a guard just left of center. That might be over curling though. It's over curling, and that's going to be very little help. It's about, might cover another stone, but that yellow is still completely exposed. And we have a timeout called by Team Carlson. And while we have this timeout, we haven't had a party since I can't remember when. We had to turn the music down. Now it's time to rock again! End of Summer Spiel 2021, Fort Wayne Curling Club, September 17th to 19th. Get your rock band back together and play on a radically cool 4-sheet stage. Indoor and outdoor broom stacking, open bond spiel, 32 teams, 3-game guarantee. Proof of COVID-19 vaccination required, so get your arm poked. $400 per team. Enter at FortWayneCurling.com. Entries open May 1st. Be there or be rectangular. Well, you didn't miss anything while we were away in commercial. Team Carlson still pondering their final rock. I don't know if you viewers at home have the overhead monitor I have here, but it looks like the Fisher shot stone is in the back 8, just biting the 12. On the left side, shooter's left, but it is completely wide open. The Carlson stone in the top 12 foot is second, but they can only tap it back using a yellow, which is risky. Carlson does need to sit shot after this one or the game is over. So if Carlson can take out this yellow rock and keep the shooter, he will be sitting 2. The question is, can he put it in a place where Craig can't get to it? And even if he does, Craig will have an open draw to most of the house. So Craig definitely in the driver's seat here. Carlson's going to try to make it as difficult as possible. And again, they're playing this tricky left side. It's been giving people trouble for the last two ends. Coming to the house. Dave sweeping hard. See if he gets it by this guard. It's going to be tight. He's got it by. He's going to roll over. Behind cover. And Carlson now sitting two. The good news for Carlson is he's sitting two. The bad news is Craig has the entire 8 foot to draw to. Plus backing if he plays the in-turn. So, not a lot of decision making here. It's a wide open draw for one. Game on the line here. Actually very difficult for Craig to score, for Carlson to score one here. Craig is either going to score one or Carlson is going to score two, most likely. Craig with the shot for the win and the men's club championship. So he's in the hack, lining it up. And wait a minute. Oh, he's playing. I didn't realize this. He's playing the opposite side. A lot more traffic over there, although he could be tapping back his own yellow. So we'll see where it's coming. Craig with the throw. Book sweeping it like crazy. I don't know if he's got the weight. Book coming hard, but that looks light. And it's not going to get there. Carlson with a nice bump and roll by Kyle Richards on the final rock. Craig electing to go to the right side, which they hadn't thrown for a while, instead of the tricky left side, which they'd thrown on almost every shot. So that's 2 points for Carlson in the final end. And your final score. Team Carlson 7, Team Fisher 6. Team Carlson takes the men's club championship in our final event of the 2021 season. We'd like to thank all of you who listened tonight in our domestic and international audiences, and all of you Fort Wayne curlers who may be watching and listening. We hope to see you all back in September, even those of you who had to sit out due to COVID this year. We're going to be back in September, bigger and better than ever. So signing off from the Fort Wayne Curling Club, good night and have a pleasant summer. Button was on and the red button was off.